Okay, folks, let's look at the United States and the AIDS epidemic, and let's look at Swaziland and AIDS epidemic. Remember, the University of Washington study was for a percentage between 80 and 90%. The calculations I did in Swaziland and cure success rate was for 90, and I later added equations for the 80% range, which you have to bumped up the failure rate from 3% to 5.4%. One thing about my test is as the number of HSV patients in your population starts to decline, because they're getting hit the hardest right now by AIDS, the number of other reasons for hive spread increase. These other reasons are intravenous drug use, which can be slowed down through the use of clean needles and not sharing needles. Hemorrhoids, knowing your hemorrhoid situation, whether you've got them or not, and determine whether you want to have sex with a condom or not in that situation. Cutting your hands or feet or something, then dressing a vervet monkey or something of that nature. Anymore, that's a very rare cause, but it can happen. Then you got babies suckling their mother's tit for milk, breastfeeding as they call it. That can cause bleeding occasionally and can cause the transmission of the virus if the baby has a groin sore in their mouth, so-called herpes simplex virus number 1, in which case that's one of those other rare ones. Then, of course, you have birth canal transmission. We have medicines for that. They're very effective at keeping that from happening during birth. That's pretty much all the ways there are. But the biggest two are probably herpes and hemorrhoids. Just looking at the percentage-wise. Hemorrhoids hasn't been tested, and they haven't done any studies that I know of to determine whether or not hemorrhoids has any effect on transmission of AIDS virus. But it causes the same problem that genital herpes causes, in that it can cause a bleeding sore during sex. And that bleeding sore allows the AIDS virus to walk right on into the bloodstream and do what it wants to do. Well, have a good night. Thomas Willis.